I've been putting off this for quite a while, but I think it's about time. This is the unboxing and the repair of the Star Trek USS Enterprise controlled spaceflight toy. Hi guys, Ralph here. I was looking for something that I could do, because I sometimes do retro tech, and I was lately doing retro trek, and it's nice little amalgamation between both, and I think this is definitely it. So this is this CSF controlled spaceflight, USS Enterprise. Basically, I think it was, in America they call it the whirlybird. It was a helicopter on a stick which went round, and you controlled up and down on the actual toy. I'll show you from the bottom here. Yes, there. It's basically a helicopter which is very lightweight, and you have these little things around, and you'll hook it on the front of where the deflector dish is, or sensor dish, or whatever you want to call it, and you just control the speed of the fan. It goes up and down, and it will go round. So just a little throttle. I don't think this actually works, but I'm going to unbox and have a look. But before I do that, there's a video for this, and I've been trying to look for as much stuff as possible on this, and the only video I can see is from is it a Cine 8 camera, which is recorded from television or something like that, which the picture quality is vile. It's all red, it's orange, it's kind of degraded over the decades. But this is, I've actually managed to tinker with it to try and alter a little bit of the audio, because it's shockingly bad. If there will be a noise of the camera, the actual film projector, when somebody else has recorded it from that, and I've recolored it quite a bit. So this is my alteration of that video that I have found, and I hope you like it. So I'll put that one, and I think there's another one with the whirlybird as well, which is this is based on. I'm going to put that in right here.
Announcing Vertibird, the new electric-powered copter with rotor blades that actually lift it into flight, and precision controls that make you the Vertibird's pilot. Use your piloting skills to perform even difficult rescues. Hover into position. You've got him! The Vertibird, the copter it takes you to fly. The Vertibird electric copter comes with space capsule, landing pad, life craft, and astronaut from Mattel.
So what do you think? Did I do well? Probably not. So let's have a look inside this. I bet this open. It's an old box, it's an old toy, and it's probably quite fragile. I think the seller on eBay did say it didn't work, hence me wanting to buy this. What on earth is that? Is that a hammer? That's a weight. That's not really looking quite good. Right, there's a cable there, that's the controller. There's like a background. Come out, wherever you are. That is upside down. And the instructions. And we also have the parts that you're supposed to hop around and pick up. So this was put in a bag afterwards. Let's have a look at these to start with. So, there we go. You have some thing. Oh, no, actually, that's a deflector dish for the Enterprise. Okay, so I'll put that over there a second. That is something that you can hook on. That's another one. Is that a target for something? To knock something through? I don't know. Ah, that looks like it's broken. But maybe still would go that way. But I need to have a look. That's got 3, but there's a 4th. One's missing. Yeah. Shame. But unfortunately, this isn't a collector's toy. This isn't anything in particular. Nice instructions. It reminds me quite a lot of the old packs for the models back in the day. They're very easy instructions. So there's a lever for making it what? Directional lever, a speed lever. So I think the directional one will turn it round on the centre, will it? Is the motor inside here? That feels really heavy. Ah, that's where this goes. Right, so that goes in, and I think you can you adjust a little bit? Probably. Important adjustment weight for propeller flight. So you might push it in a bit more to give it less of a or more of a counterbalance when it's spinning around. That is so yellowed, it's quite ridiculous. Front part on here goes. How is that so yellow? It's like it's come straight out in a 70s smoker's house. It's horrible. That clicks into there, and that's the weight down. Again, you'd probably adjust anyway. And the saucer, where does the saucer go? Saucer goes on the front. If you can see that, it just pushes in on there. Cool. So you've got a hook to fly this round with. Now, I'm not quite sure if I've got the skills or the because the lever will go forward, reverse, fast. That goes around to there and stops there for fast. You've got numbers there: 1, 3, 5, 7. It feels a bit that something's not right there. And we also have a. Is this a background? Is this a the Burbank Toys part there for a little bit of storage on there? But yeah, this is a moon sort of part that you put your toys on, parts on, so it would come around and pick up like you're picking up from the moon. So for an unboxing, that's done with. That I'm happy enough with that. Let's get the cable on there. I need to, oh my goodness, where do I find batteries? Okay, so I need to test this. I need to rig up a power supply, unfortunately, for me. So I need to work out what voltage. So most batteries are HP 3 batteries, sorry, HP 2s, which are 1.5 volts. Or 3 volts. No, they're 1.5 volts. So this should be 4.5 volts this run around with. Strangely enough, that's USB territory. So I need to work out how I can, if I can, put power into this. So it would be, one of these will be, that'll be connected to that one, that's connected to that one. It's these two parts here, the positive and the negative. I need to run 4.5 volts into this to see if this actually works. In the propeller, it's moving, but I don't know whether or not it's actually any good to work. So let me find some voltage, let me get rid of all these, tidy up, and we'll see if we can actually get this working. Now I've tried a few things. I've got voltage going into, and there is literally no sign of life. I'm not convinced this actually is either a power switch or a cable running into here for the gubbins, but I think it's about time I need to strip down and see what's what. It's awkward not having batteries at the right size, but it's either a case of perhaps the wire going to, actually is there a wire going to this, the motor? I don't know. I really don't know. Gotta be something going up there, unless both of these are, one's positive, it is, one's positive, one's negative, that's why you've got a shield around one of them. Okay, so it's running these sticks as the actual power itself, which will come down into the box and then distribute it off towards reverse or forward, and it should, something should be moving, and it ain't. So whether or not it's completely seized up or not, I don't know. So let's start stripping this down, shall we? So to start with, took this section off here. This part on here, due to 2 parts, nip in a little bit, and then there's another 3 tabs over here which cover over the, well, it's the bridge section really, isn't it, with 2 parts, 2 turbo lifts. Okay, so I've got my voltage, and I'm going to check. I'm going to let you zoom in a little bit so you can watch this. You can see the fan underneath, it's right here. Just going to add voltage, simple as. Just going to see if this actually works. Okay, so that works, but it's, what's it hitting? Maybe it's meant to make that noise? Doubt it. Doesn't matter which way it goes, one will go. Ooh. Why is that not working now? So I'm probably holding it down. That's probably why. Okay, so that's blowing quite fine. I could retro bright this, but I don't really see the point. So that's fine for there. Why is it not going to there to there? It is doing. Try the other way around. Can't be a one-way motor. That's fine, that's working. So now we know that works, get that out of the way. It's to go inside this part now. So I'm trying to be careful if I can. I'm not happy at all with the controller. But to get inside the base part, it feels like there's a wire inside here. And inside here I don't know what's in there. Doesn't look like much at all. But it just feels like it's jamming. I don't know what's going on there at all. Let's have a look inside this. 2 screws. Trying to be careful because it's old plastic. It says while knocking that on the floor. Just trying to turn this round to start with, not to crack and use the motor. Light off. So what have we got underneath here? It is just cables. Okay. So there's no power, it's just mechanical brute force pulling on something in there, and it's not doing that well. So that's not really working, so it's not moving itself in and out of this part here. So we go onto here then. 3 screws holding the bottom section on. Again, I'm just being careful to take that off. Don't want to destroy this just yet. Okay. So there might not be the right voltage as well on this. The rivets in there hold these parts in anyway, so I don't need to take them out at all. Hopefully something will come off of here. Maybe not. I think, oh, it's going shocking, isn't it? I need to take that pin off there, because I think that's holding everything in. So I've released this bottom part. So I'll take that C-clip off, and then, all being well, this should then expose itself to what's underneath. So with the C-clip out, that held in the bottom of this shaft here to onto the bottom inside there. I don't know why there's a big hole inside there, but you know. So all of it is just, that will go in, that will go, probably pushing down on that. Ah, okay. So that's one cable running across there. There's like, it's almost like it's shorted. Is that meant to be a coil for some reason? Is that meant to be a switch for, it's a variable, ah, okay, so that's not touching there to be like a variable speed controller. So that would go like that. Whereas that one would do the same, but it's definitely, oh, there you go. You watch that part there, it was, damn. I think I've just unwound it too much. That needs to go in there. Cool. Right, so the variable speed control, when everything's put in place and it's in the tracks in there, does kind of work. I think it's the old plastics. But what's the other one do? That one pulls onto here, which then probably swap polarities. Yeah, it is working a little bit, if you can see over there. Barely working. It's almost like it has to be really secured in place. I know that'd be on there. Because that's moving this part up here. Oh, it's not good. Pull. pulling, isn't it? Yes, there we go. It's moving up and down. I think it just needs some oiling. I'm not sure why they're crossed over. I don't think it actually matters because everything's not really oiled anyway. It's not really connecting anything. Can that part go on to... No, not push that down at all, is it? Perhaps maybe that goes that way around. That looks better, doesn't it, already? Okay, so... Oh, come on. That's ridiculous, that now. Pull that right way around, and that works like a charm now. Oh, look at that. So it's not really tech, it's kind of... It's yeah, it was actually the wrong way around going in. So somebody's probably been in before and cocked things up a little bit. That goes kind of... I need to know where that goes because I don't want to pull that off, but it definitely does for the reverse. I think that must push something down so it pushes onto that way and connects it that way around, and the other way doesn't. Definitely a forward and a backwards, but how that would work I don't know. That works so much better, doesn't it? It's even on there as well because it was pushing up. I can hear it. Cool, let me figure out where this goes and we'll get some more testing done. After hours of faffing, right, I figured out a few things. One, that was the wrong way around. I'd been twisted. Somebody's obviously been in there before. Two, there was a bend, and there still is a bend on this cable here. But if I straighten it out, it makes it a lot easier to go forward and backwards, but it does seem to gain that bend anyway. I need to oil inside here and inside there, and hopefully, I'll just put WD-40 on it or something, and hopefully that oil will go all the way up inside here to make it a lot more movable. It's obviously just dirt and grease and time that's got a little bit inside, and it just makes it not as easily movable as I'd hope. I mean, just so don't twist, so that does that, and it just needs to be a straight cable as best as, so that will move, and then that will, yeah. The thing with this one is I'm not sure if this part here, the black plastic part, is meant to be this way around or flipped over. I'm figuring out also that I thought there was a reverse, because that does show on there reverse and forward. So I thought it might spin the motor going the other way, but it doesn't. If you watch on here, the whole thing goes round. But what this mechanism here does is pushes this up. This part here goes up in the air, which then will move this plastic bit up. When it goes down, the whole thing twists. It's more mechanical than electrical. All it needs is just the voltage to run the fan underneath the saucer. And it's just your direction the fan going goes the other way. It does that way, it goes forwards. That way goes backwards. It's quite ingenious. It's just the problem I've got at the moment is when this came out, I don't know if that goes that way or the other way. I'm thinking it's the other way because it's catching on there. So I'll just take it round. And I thought also between these contacts here and there would be something. But this, the part on here, takes the contact for the power from this copper part here, whereas the bottom bit brushes against the side of here. It's quite dodgy, but it works. But I'm also thinking that adding voltage into these parts here didn't help anything, because it's only put into the speed controller, it's not going to the motor. It needs to be a full circuit, so I'd either have to branch cable between there and that battery, that battery, that battery, that, there and there and there, there and there and there and there, and add voltage into plus and minus on here, and it would create a circuit. Or just buy some batteries. So I think that's the right way to go. I think it actually does work. I think it just needs a bit of a lubrication, should we say, because that motor works fine on there. Like I said, retrobrighting is not going to be an option on this. It's just going to be see if it works. So I need to get oiling. I need to get putting things away. Yeah, a little bit of oil in this, so that mechanical part does work perfectly fine for that. I'm literally just pulling down that plunger. And we'll just go the opposite direction. That's just gone wrong. Oh, there we go. I'm holding in that. That's right. Yay. Cool. So I'm gonna oil. I'm actually gonna probably buy some batteries for this just to see what's what, if they're cheap enough anyway. So yeah, straighten that, put that back down, oil, done, happy. Okay, we're back together. It's this is terrible. The lever for doing that, tilting, works fine, does whatever else, and then did oil all the way down here. It did manage to go through quite well, so there's a bit of cleaning in there anyway. Balance on the back over here with the weight, but let's power up and see what happens. I don't think there's an on-off switch, I think it's just on or it's not. Right, there we go. Needs a bit of balance, I think, on the weight. Ooh, is it? No. Doesn't really want to lift off. Well, there we are a little. Then I think the motor's that poor that it doesn't actually want to go anywhere. This is pretty much as free as anything, so it's not like it's been held back or anything. Why is that not wanting to go round? It is working. I'm not quite sure that the voltage is right, or anything's working properly at all, but it does seem to do what it's doing. Don't know enough. It's all at least. Why is that doing that for? It is just kind of move, but not enough. I'm going to wait a bit further out. It should be pushing itself around a lot, and it's not. This toy is terrible, and the noise it's making is rubbish. Oh, that's giving up now. There we go, done. That is a shocking toy. To put underneath. Yay, look at this. Swoon. Swoon. It's a moonscape. Woo. And it's, look at that, it's moving now. Yay, it's moving. My hand's not moving at all. And it would go supposedly round in circles. Everything is very oiled. So not being held by anything. Why are you not going? Am I supposed to do that and get it moving? It doesn't actually work, but the swooping up and down bit, no. Terrible. I mean, it's probably the motor. That's just not enough to go around and do its thing. But then it is working. So I don't know. It is what it is. I hope anybody out there who's wanting to buy one of these and look on eBay for one, then it's off again. Help me. Wants one of these, then off you go. Go buy one, because you can tell why they weren't around for long. It's a shockingly bad toy, but nostalgic for the 70s and thing. Fine. There we go. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on... I'm not doing anything. I think the cable's not... It's probably straight anyway, so... Like, share, subscribe. Follow me on social media. That's how you turn it off at the plug. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.